Hello there. I'm Jody Burns, and I'm with Rachel Zara here. We're both from Special Forces Charitable Trust, and we are so lucky to have Aliana Jester here with us today. Thank you, Aliana, for joining us.
No problem.
Aliana is competing on American Idol. She is in the top 21, right? It's not 20.
21 until Sunday is when they reveal who goes home to make it officially top 20.
Wonderful. Okay, yeah, the 21 threw me. But anyway, we wanted to take this time and just ask Aliana some questions to get to know her a little bit. So I hope you guys will join in with us. I'm going to start with the very first question. I'm a huge American Idol fan. So it was unclear to me, what city did you audition for American Idol in? And can you tell us just a little bit about like what that day was like? Did you have to wait in line long? That kind of thing.
So the open call audition in Mobile, Alabama, which is about 2-3 hour drive. So luckily I got there. I was one of the first 100 is what they say. So I didn't even know. I just kind of was like, I want to get to the front of the line because I had a long drive back home the same day. So they said the first 100 people there also gets to be in the video with the Idol bus, how the Idol bus like pulls away and you see all the people. So I didn't even know that I was a part of that. I was just kind of like, okay, I'm there early. Let's get this done. And then I got to drive home. So I got to do some of my first filming that day also, which was pretty cool. So I kind of got to see like how things work in a way. But when I got in there, there was a few tables with curtains, and then there's like lines of 3 to 4 at each table. So everyone is auditioning in the same room in a separate building, but then there's still a line behind you that wraps around like this big circle on like the second or third floor. And so people even outside the door can hear because there's a line like outside the door. So that was already nerve-wracking because I was like, wow, there's a lot of people not only in the room, but there's a lot of people outside that can hear us too.
Right.
So it was very scary because there was quite a few people in front of me that I was watching that sang 2-3 songs and they still didn't get it. So I was like, oh man, if they didn't get it, like what chance do I have, you know? So I sang and I saw on the judge's face that he already loved it because he was just like, oh my God, like got on his hands like this too. So then I think I sang 3, almost 4 songs, but then he was like, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. He was like, I can listen to you all day. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. The first song I sang was Who's Loving You, Jackson 5. And then the second song was Beyonce Listen. And then the third song, which blew my mind, was Whitney Houston and Always Love You. I sang that last portion. So like her big moment in that song. And when I opened my mouth, the whole room got quiet. And yeah, and I'm just in my head, I'm like, why is everyone stop singing? Like everybody, it was like you could hear a pin drop. That's how quiet it was. And in my head, I'm like, I hope that's a good thing. So when I hit that big the whole room, like it was deafening that everyone just started applauding. People are like, you go girl. And I'm like trying to focus on singing, but it was like such a good feeling that I couldn't help but smile. And I was trying to like get into it. So I had my hands up like that, but it was so like I started shaking. My hand was doing that. So I had to bring it down and I'm just like,
in the moment. I love it.
He threw the golden paper at me and I was like, oh my God, this is not happening. But
that's awesome.
It was pretty cool.
That's wonderful. Well, our next question was, as far as the judges, was that your first time meeting them, or did you get to meet them before your audition? Like meeting them?
The audition they air is the first time that we see them. I was super scared because I'm like, oh my God, am I really about to meet Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan? I hope they're nice. Like, it was like all these questions started going in my head. And I'm sleep deprived too. So I'm just like, God, like, I wonder how they are. Are they tall? Are they short? Do they look the same in person on TV? You know, so it was just like all these questions. And then you start psyching yourself out again. And you're just like, I don't know what's going to happen. So they were super cool. They were really chill, very warm. When you walk in the room, they're just like, oh, hey. And it's like, oh, hey, you know, like they talk to you as if like they've known you forever, like your best friends pretty much.
Awesome.
So which is a good feeling because you're already like nervous as it is, and them doing that, it helps take off some of the nerves. But yeah, they were super cool, and that was my first time ever meeting.
They were so wonderful and made you so comfortable. Our next question is actually not about you, it's about your service dog. Nova has as many fans.
No, not really. I mean, she's my dad's dog originally, so she's ready. He's the one that's in special forces. He has, PTSD and all that stuff, but she pretty much like a reason why we brought her, kind of keep him calm, but also like if I get, she was like, oh my God, like you have a cute dog, can we pet her? And we're like, yeah, she's for emotional support. So if you're stressed out, go and play with her, So she's definitely popular. Everyone's like, oh my God, Frenchie's cute. Around the time my audition was, she had just recently was with the family because my dad got her when he was out deployed, and he was deployed for months. So he was with her for months before she even. And so when they told me to bring her in the room, she had that separation anxiety from my dad. So she started crying and flipping out because she was looking for my dad. And I'm like, biggest mistake ever. She cried the whole audition.
Oh my goodness. Oh, cute. Oh my gosh.
She started crying. I'm like, God, we should not have brought her in this room.
Oh no. That is so funny. See, those are the parts that we don't see. Because of course, when I saw the dog come out, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. That's my favorite kind of dog too, by the way. And,
oh my God, yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing that she thought to bring the dog in even,
Yeah, we wanted to bring her in. She was just pretty much there to keep my dad calm. And if needed for me, definitely keep me calm. It was literally like I was standing at the door. I was the next person to go in. And they're like, hey, do you want to bring in the dog? And I'm like, no. And they're like, I mean, the judges will love it. They've had a stressful day. And I'm like, okay, if the judges will like it, I'll let her in. So and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll bring her. We'll take her out before you sing, which didn't happen. And I'm like, you guys gonna grab her or what?
Take her. I love it. Well, other than singing, what else do you like to do? It seems like I read something about roller skating. Is it called bouncing?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different names for it. Where I grew up, it was called bounce skating, and there's two. So there's bounce skating and jam. Bounce skating is when you're skating like normally would around the rink, but you're pretty much like bouncing into the beat, and you have a group with you, and it's in rhythm, like you're all in sync when you do it. So, and you can also like do some choreography, like you can do some twists and turns, and they have with an iceberg where you like slide on one skate and stuff like that. Cool. I don't know how to do that. I just know how to do the rhythm thing. But I just recently started getting into jam skating, which is pretty much you're dancing on skates, and you can do all kinds of tricks and stuff. And I just got into that last year.
So talented.
Oh, yeah, hopefully the tricks come in, but it takes time. I'm not trying to break my foot, in the competition. That would suck.
Speaking of just sort of your hobbies and things to do, favorite thing about being on American Idol?
Oh. I think my favorite thing about being on American Idol is meeting all the great people, because, a lot of people are saying it's a competition, like show no mercy and stuff like that. But really, we all stay together for so long that we all just be family.
Yeah.
It's not even like we're friends or, oh yeah, I kind of know that person. We're literally a family, and we're in this together. If one person's struggling, we're all struggling. If one person's frustrated, we're all frustrated, So it's definitely not something I expected, especially being a singing competition, which probably makes the experience better because we're experiencing it together as a whole.
Oh man. Well, I'm a huge country western music fan. Yes. So I am personally interested in knowing what it was like to work with Luke Bryan.
He is so funny. And I love his laugh. His laugh particular is probably like, it's so contagious. Like he just starts laughing and you're just like, what are you laughing at?
Oh, do you see yourself singing a country music song at some point?
Possibly, yeah. Ooh. I do know country. I do like country music myself.
I love it. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I know that your dad is a warrior. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I know that you have a really special relationship with him that was highlighted in some of the, the moments that they captured, which was really awesome to see. Yeah. How do you stay connected to him when he's gone on deployment?
So normally, if I can FaceTime him, which is this is pretty much how I kept in contact when I was with, my other mom, was Instagram direct message, So I try to text him or call him at least every day. If he gets busy, he'll let me know in the morning, be like, hey, I'm going to have a busy day. Just know that I love you. You're doing great. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. And I'm like, all right, love you too. Call me when you can. So we try to stay in contact even when he's away, but we're like best friends. So he's not getting away from me.
Yeah, you can see that. It's
yeah. How old were you when you realized the seriousness of his job and the role that he plays in our nation's safety?
Probably. So I grew up knowing he was military. I don't think I understood how much work it really is until I probably became a teenager. You know, that's when I knew, like, my stepmom actually told me, she's like, he gets deployed. That means that he's not in the States. He's out in like Germany or wherever they send him, and he like can't talk to us because he's busy and he's, trying to protect us. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that, So and she's like, sometimes he doesn't have time to call us, so she's like, it's not just you. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe he does care. Maybe it's not. That, I think 13 is when everything started slowly piecing together for me.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So April is the month of the military child, and I'm sure you're being watched by military children across the nation, and I'm sure some of them may even have dreams of being on American Idol themselves.
Go for it.
What message do you have for them?
Definitely go for it. I like to tell myself the worst they can say is no. But like my friend Demi said, somebody else's yes. So for me, I auditioned for The Voice twice in the same year as I auditioned American Idol. I auditioned once in February and then again in June. I auditioned for American Idol in July. Both times The Voice said no, but American Idol said yes. So never give up. Just go for it. And they always look at originality. Always be yourself. Don't try to sing like Whitney or Beyonce or Mariah Carey. They like to look for your own voice, uniqueness. So if you are going to go, which I advise, like, everybody should always go for what they want and what they believe in, but always be yourself because they look at that.
Oh, that's a great
That's
message.
great advice.
That is. That's really good. Aliana, I'm sure you get this question all the time. The last question for the day. How would winning American Idol change your life?
Oh, I don't even know. I haven't even thought that far in. I honestly didn't think I was getting a golden ticket, let alone making it to top 20. I have like steps that I'm kind of taking. I think I'd probably and I don't even know what word I would use, surprised if I won, because I have, like, in my opinion, I have the least experience out of everybody. I grew up everyone has like lawyers, managers, they've been vocal training since like birth, and I'm like, I do karaoke, So if I won, yeah, I'd be pretty happy. I'd be shocked if I did. Right now my goal is to make top 10, and then from top 10 to top 5, and then top 5 to top 2, and then hopefully from there I win. So I'm like taking slow steps, because like my dad always said, plan for the worst but hope for the best. So I'm not planning on winning. I hope I win, but I'm not going to plan for it. Right now I'm planning to get top 10 is
Awesome.
my goal.
Oh my gosh, that's so great. That was a great answer.
Thank you.
One step at a time, girl, one step at a time.
One step at
I
a
want you
time.
to know that, again, both Rachel and I work for Special Forces Charitable Trust. It's an organization that absolutely supports the Green Berets and their families in the community. And I want you to know that we're all right behind you, rallying for you. And it's just really a joy to come together as a group like this and like cheer you on. And I hope you go all the way.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for this.
Thank
info.
you.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.
Thanks so much. You're wonderful.
Very nice to meet you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.